Hey guys, today I want to talk to you about a video that I saw yesterday, and it was called Disney Adults. And I didn't even know what Disney Adults are, but apparently it's adults that go to Disneyland Paris, Disneyland like Orlando and Paris, because we are Europeans, so we use when we were kids, we wanted to go to Disneyland Paris because that's where we Europeans had to go, but the Americans would go to Disneyland. I think Orlando was. Anyway, so basically, it's adults that go to Disneyland Paris or Disneyland without their kids or without kids, just themselves or with friends, and they basically cry when they see the figures. Like for example, if there is let's say Mickey Mouse runs by or Goofy or something. And it's so weird to watch. I link it down below the link so you can see it. Actually, I forgot the name of the channel of the guy who is doing it, but he's doing good content. I recommend following him anyway. But it was just really weird to see how adult people are responding to seeing Goofy, and they literally start crying. And it's 40-year-old people, and that's it is so weird. It is weird. I'm 40. And if I would think that I would go to Disneyland and see a figure of Goofy and I would start crying, I really think mentally something's wrong with me. I really do believe that something's mentally wrong with me if I would do that. And basically the problem with this Disney adults is that basically that we see more or less more popping up that everything is now basically made for kids, and adults are not kids anymore. 40 is the new 30 or 50 is the new 40, and nobody wants to grow up anymore. And it is something that I also was seeing lately a lot, like or what I experience a lot is that people don't want to take responsibility anymore, and it's much easier to basically not have responsibilities. Understand? And that's the very interesting part of this video. So I was like, nah, this is exactly what we're going to, because less and less people want to have adults, want to have kids. So it's basically again and again everything. So now they start the kids again in the pool. I hope it not distracts you too much, but this is life. Okay, so just think about a topic and I talk. So that's why sometimes these things happen, and I hope they don't distract you so much. So anyway, I realize this more and more, that people don't want to grow up, and that's a big problem. It's even worse that when you even think about it, take about, for example, a picture from your grandfather. Just take any picture of your grandfather when he was 20 and look at him, how he looked like when he was 20 years old. And he looked like fucking 40 or older, or even more. You know what I mean? So basically, there is even a theory about that one, apparently, that back then they didn't drink so much water, and that's why they all look so much older than they are. It's a theory. I believe something else. I think that the life was just so much tougher, and people just like when life is tough, you see it in the people. Because when you see a person that had a tough life, you see it instantly in their face that this guy had a tough life. I'm not even talking about scarves. I'm not talking about scars. This guy also had a tough life, but I'm talking like literally like a hard life, like a worker's life. Like waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, working on the fields for 10 hours, and coming home and maybe eating a soup or something like this kind of tough, or going to wars or something. I literally think about it. Do you think that people like us, our generation, like generation-wise, I'm thinking about us, would even be ready to go to war, something like this, for you know what I mean, like would be even like psychological, because everything triggers us right now. Everything is a problem right now. So and everybody gets like, oh, I cannot talk about this, is too much emotion, blah 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 blah. I mean, this is and this comes back exactly to this Disney adults. It's like, what's going on here? I mean, I'm a basically an adult. I'm going to Disneyland without anybody, just for myself, and I'm starting to cry when I see like Ariel or something. I mean, come on, what's going on with us? What's going on with us? Where's the toughness? Everybody's running away from it, like kids, exactly like kids. Everybody's like, it's like running away from what's the word? From problems. I really do believe this is our problem in our society. Exactly, this is just one of many results of the problem that we have. That everybody runs around from problems. There is a saying. It's a very interesting saying, and I hope I get it right. So it's basically four sentences, and each sentence represents a time or area in our life. So let's start in any one. For example, good times. Okay. Good times make weak people, okay? Because the times are good, so nobody has really to work, so we start to make weak people. Okay, so the next one is then weak people start to make bad times, okay? So weak people make bad times. Then bad times start to make strong people. And the last one is strong people make good times. And then it depends where we are, but in my opinion, we are exactly right now in this, that we had just too many good times, we had way too weak people, and now we have the weak people that make bad times. Think about it. It makes totally sense. Everything is so weird. It's like nowhere, no, we have no politicians anymore with like backbones, nothing. Everything is just, oh my God, don't say that, don't do that. Oh my God, this is way too, you cannot say that. Nobody really defends their position anymore. Everybody is scared about everything in this world, and everybody's triggered. So it's basically nobody wants to be an adult anymore, because an adult would just basically mean take a stand, say what you mean, do what you mean, something like that. But that's all over, and it's so sad. It is. It is actually so sad. And actually, when I saw these videos about actual adults, adult people, starting to literally cry when they go to Disneyland and they see Mickey Mouse or something else, it's just so weird. So in this sense, I understand, I literally, as stupid as this might sound, but I understand that nobody likes the West anymore. I mean, come on, who can respect us people anymore? What's going on? And it goes through everything in life, everything. It's like nobody respects yourself anymore. It's like, look how people go out nowadays. Nobody dresses nice anymore. And you say, no, who cares? Yes, it matters. It matters. It matters. If somebody goes out and dress nicely, that's okay, because of course you go out there and there is society and people have to deal with you, so it would be better to be dressed well. Or what you think, or think about it. When you're on the streets and you see like a homeless person, what do you think? It's just the whole experience is, I'm not saying, I know it's a big problem, but just taking this, it matters to dress well. Because otherwise you would not even have a problem with all of that. You know what I mean? No, it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I'm sorry. I'm getting angry when I'm thinking about it. The people say, no, it's not. Yes, but it does. Nobody cares anymore about nothing. There is no love in anything anymore. Nothing. Everything is just done like this, like that. Nobody thinks about things anymore. Nobody fights anything for anymore. And then it makes sense for me when I saw this video that it's basically adult kids. It's kids. Nobody wants to stand up for anything anymore. But that's very dangerous. It is very, very, very dangerous. Because we get exactly to where we are right now. Everything is a problem. Everybody's triggered, and everything is like, oh my God, and you cannot say that, and you cannot do that, and this, da. And so what? All I'm saying is, or what I'm thinking is, toughen up. Everybody has to toughen up. Life's never meant to be easy. I really don't believe that life is meant to be easy. I think this is the problem I see with this Disney adults. It's like everybody ran away from problems, but at one point the problems get so big and now we have to deal with all of this. I don't know. This is to see how I work with these things when I see these videos. And yeah, this is basically what I do. I want to talk about my feelings, about what I think. You don't have to necessarily agree with what I say. Most of you won't, especially the few people that just are triggered about everything. So, hey. Put it on, write it down, write whatever you want to think, say to me. I don't really care, because I know that most of the time, 99% of the time, this is a spineless person, when it's face to face, you just cover your face and you run away. And that's it. At least I have the guts to stand here or in front of this camera and say my thoughts about that, which basically most can even do. Anyway, that's it. Peace.